Hello students, we are at the last few minutes of today's class. It's a time to recall the today's topic. I will recall, you listen carefully. Listen, our first topic, earth magnetic field and magnetic element. Here I consider our earth. We know very well earth spins about its own axis. That axis is known as geographical axis. Due to the spinning moment, we attain day and night every day. Okay, suppose a bar magnet is suspended, then it will align not exactly with the geographical axis. Okay, it align with an axis. That axis is known as magnetic axis. Here it is a bar magnet having the two poles. One is north pole, south pole, another one is south pole. The north pole tend towards south pole and the south pole tend towards north pole. So it is a magnetic south pole, it is a magnetic north pole. The magnetic field lines start from north pole to south pole. The branch of physics that we deal with electric magnetic field is called geomagnetism or terrestrial magnetism. In order to specify this geomagnetism, we need to know these elements. Okay, first one is magnetic declination, then magnetic inclination, then horizontal component of earth magnetic field. Okay, first of all, magnetic declination. In order to know about magnetic declination, we need to know what is magnetic meridian and what is geographic meridian. If suppose we know very well geographical axis, it is a geographical axis. If suppose I draw a vertical plane in that geographical axis, then the plane became geographic meridian. Okay, if suppose if we draw a vertical plane along the magnetic axis, that is known as magnetic meridian. Then the angle between the magnetic meridian and the geographic meridian is known as magnetic declination. That magnetic declination is more at the poles and less at the equators. The next magnetic inclination. If suppose we place a bar magnet or a compass needle at earth equator, that means magnetic equator, then it will come to rest and align parallel to the surface of the earth. Okay, here the magnetic needle come to rest, then after come to rest it is perpendicular to the surface of the earth. Okay, here we see what is magnetic inclination. Magnetic inclination is an angle suspended by earth total magnetic field and horizontal direction of magnetic meridian. Okay, that is known as magnetic inclination. Okay, here next horizontal component of earth's magnetic field. Okay, here it is a magnetic field. I consider this case, I draw here, it is a net magnetic field of our earth. Then it is in two plane, so I consider this as horizontal component of earth magnetic field and a vertical component. Then horizontal component of magnetic field can be considered as it is a angle of inclination. Then put cos theta here, then we get BH is equal to BE cos theta. Okay, then next suppose if we need vertical component, put sin theta, then BV is equal to BE sin theta. We can state the horizontal component of earth magnetic field as the component of earth magnetic field along the direction in which the magnetic meridian is called horizontal component of earth magnetic field. Okay, the next we will see what is the horizontal component of magnetic field value and vertical component of magnetic field value at the equator and poles. If suppose at a magnetic equator, okay, it is a magnetic equator. Here the compass needle comes to rest and that is parallel to the earth surface. So the angle of inclination is 0. Okay, then put 0 here, then the horizontal component of magnetic field is maximum and the vertical component of magnetic field becomes 0. At the magnetic poles, that is south pole or north pole, then the magnet come to rest in this direction, so it attain an angle 90 degree. Then the horizontal component of magnetic field is 0 and the vertical component is maximum. Okay, then the basic properties of magnet. Here these are the properties used to describe a magnet. The first property is magnetic dipole moment. Okay, here we consider a bar magnet as magnetic dipole. It consists of two poles, one is south pole, north pole, and another one is north pole. That two poles are separated by distance 2L. These two poles are having the same portion, that is QM. The magnetic dipole moment, that is represented as PM vector. The PM vector is equal to Qm into D vector. It is stated as the magnetic dipole moment is a product of pole strength and magnetic length. Here it can be written in magnitude form, then d vector modulus is equal to 2n. Then this is the expression used to specify the magnetic dipole moment. Pm is equal to Qm 2L. The unit of dipole moment is ampere meter square. The direction of the dipole moment, magnetic dipole moment, is always from south pole to north pole. Then next, magnetic field. Magnetic field is a region or space around the bar magnet when another bar magnet experiences a force. Okay, then B vector is equal to F vector by Qm. Its unit is Newton ampere inverse meter power minus 1. Then type of magnet, we have two types of magnet. One is natural magnet, another one is artificial magnet. In natural magnet, cobalt, nickel or the iron are the examples. Here in natural magnets, the strength is weak and they are in irregular shapes. Okay, then artificial magnet, for example, electromagnet is an artificial magnet. Artificial magnet are made by humans, so we can made it in our desired strength and desired shape. Then properties of a magnet. If suppose a magnet is suspended, it will come to rest along the north-south direction. Okay, if a magnet will attract another magnet and a magnetic substance, you know very well. The the attractive force is always at the attractive force is maximum only at the end of the bar magnet. Okay, if suppose a magnet is break into pieces, then each piece became as a magnet. Then magnet having the two poles having same pole strength. Okay, then next, the distance between the two poles is known as magnetic length and the distance between the two ends is known as geometric length. Always the magnetic length is less than the geometric length. The ratio of magnetic length to the geometric length is 0.833. Okay, then we see the characteristics of magnetic field lines. Okay, here we consider a bar magnet. Around by the bar magnet, some closed curves are there. These closed curves are nothing but a magnetic field lines. They are continuous and closed curves. Okay, here the magnetic field lines start from north to south outside the magnet and south to north inside the magnet. Okay, suppose we need a direction of the magnetic field, so we can draw a tangent on magnetic field line. Okay, this tangent indicate the direction of the magnetic field. Then the magnetic field line never intersect. If suppose they intersect, at an intersect point we place a bar magnet, then the bar magnet indicate moves in two different directions at a single instant. That is not possible, so magnetic field lines never intersect. Here in this case, here the magnetic field, this point is closer, so the magnetic field strength is maximum. Okay, then magnetic flux. Magnetic flux is a number of magnetic field lines crossing through a given area. It is represented as phi b, that is equal to b vector dot a vector. It is a dot product of two vectors, so it is a scalar. Okay, we can represent phi b is equal to ba cos theta. Theta is an angle between b vector and a vector. Okay, a vector is a area vector. Area vector is a perpendicular drawn to the surface. Okay, if suppose a plane is placed perpendicular to the magnetic field, then theta is 0. Then we get maximum flux. If suppose a plane is placed at an angle theta with the magnetic field, we get flux phi b is equal to ba cos theta. If suppose that plane is placed parallel to the magnetic field, then the theta is 90 degree, then flux became 0. Okay, if suppose the magnetic field line not uniform over the surface, we can consider phi b is equal to integral of b vector dot da vector. We know very well magnetic flux is a scalar quantity. Its unit is Weber. Then the dimension formula of the flux can be determined, that is ml square t power minus 2 a power minus 1. Okay, then next, the CGS unit of magnetic flux is Maxwell. 1 Weber is equal to 10 power 8 Maxwell. The next, magnetic flux density. Magnetic flux density is a flux per unit area. Its unit is Weber meter per minus 2, and also we can define it as Tesla. In tomorrow's class, we will see the new topics, that are Coulomb's inverse square law and magnetism, then magnetic field at a point along the axial line of a bar magnet, and the magnetic field at a point along the equatorial line of a bar magnet. The next, torque experienced by the bar magnet in uniform magnetic field, then potential energy of the bar magnet in uniform magnetic field. Okay students, our today's class is over. Then you have to complete the assignment of lesson 2. Then here I will attach the unit 3 question and answers and today's assignment. Okay, don't forget to do complete it in fast manner. Thank you.